my brother Piper, Pipa, if you're German. My grandfather was actually born in Germany, came over as a 3-year-old, and they kept telling everybody it's Pipa, Pipa, and they would read it P-I-E and say it Piper, and he finally just said, okay, we're here in America, we'll go. Anyway, I grew up not too far from here. I spent all of my life in southeastern Idaho, Pocatello for a couple of years, Lava Hot Springs for 6 years, 3 years in McCammon, and then between 5th and 6th grade we moved out west of Blackfoot. I grew up near Rockford, Pingree, or Thomas, if anybody knows where those places are. Graduated from Snake River High School, came to Ricks College in the fall of 1974, and it was very different than it is now. There are some things that are the same, and those are the things we want to hang on to. Got called to go to South America, Colombia, the Kali Mission, and after an extra month in the LTM, which is what they used to call the MTC, Language Training Mission, I didn't have a visa. Got sent to San Antonio. Was there for 4.5 months when the first presidency changed my call to go to Barcelona, Spain. So I ended up finishing up in Barcelona, Spain. Returned home, went to BYU in Provo, met my wife there. She was my roommate's cousin. We got married, finished up school, came back to, I actually started teaching back in the Snake River School District, taught there for 4 years, went to Wyoming, a little town called Cokeville, Wyoming, if you've heard of that. Was there for 19 years and did a year-long fellowship in Washington, D.C., and then I've been here for 9 years. We have 9 children, 12 grandchildren, 2 more on the way. What else do you need to know about me? My favorite thing to do, my very most favorite thing to do is Sunday afternoons, evenings. We spend 4 to 5 to 6 hours FaceTiming with my grandchildren. Technology is just wonderful, wonderful. We used to do iChat AV, now we're FaceTiming. We just get on. This last Sunday I got to see my grandchildren's artwork that they had done during the week. They hold it up and we get to read each other's stories. They read to me, I read to them. It's almost, you can almost kiss them, but you can't quite. That's the bad part. But they keep knowing Grandpa so that when we do get together, it's not like, who's this guy, you know? And
you'll be randomly sorted into
so that's my very favorite.
And if you get called, you just saying, no,
there's
it's okay.
My other favorite things to do are, I enjoy hiking, I enjoy camping, I enjoy cooking, indoors and outdoors. Anybody else have a question?
What's your favorite thing last?
Oh, that's hard. One of my favorite things recently is using technology to learn math better. And we're going to be doing a bunch of that in this. If you're a technophobe, get braced. Because we're going to jump in and do all kinds of technology this semester. We'll support you, we'll help you, we'll provide you with all kinds of help to do that. But I think technology is one of the ways that you, as you go out into your classrooms, are going to be able to empower students in their learning. And they won't be afraid of it. So if you are, get over it. Actually, have your students help you. Have them teach you how to do things. Nothing wrong with that. let's find out a little bit about you. How many elementary ed majors? Okay, how many early childhood special education or special education K-12s? Okay, a couple of those. How many secondary majors, math ed majors? Great. Anybody I miss? You'd kind of be foolish to be taking this class if you weren't one of those categories. Okay. How many married students? Wow. Bunch. Return missionaries. Okay. I think that's going to change in the next little while here too. As the age drop down, we'll see a lot more of the gals and the guys going out earlier. Okay, well, that helps me know the group a little bit. Did you find iLearn? How many of you found my syllabus and my syllabus quiz? Most of you. If you haven't, get in there, find it, take it. Okay, for those of you who have found it, have read the syllabus, and have taken the quiz, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
Still a question, so much of the statement. I was going back through questions, I think the last question, so the last question. Dates conflict.
Oh, that's a possibility.
July 2nd on
We're on Bible on that too. But I figured it was the 26th.
That's the copy and pasting that didn't happen. Yeah, you knew that one was, I put what?
The
So on the quiz it's
Yeah.
July 2nd, but in the syllabus.
No, on the
No, on the
quiz it was
quiz, that's
July.
26th.
Yeah.
Is it?
And the syllabus was July 2nd. Yeah.
And it's going to be July
26th.
22nd. Yeah, I better get that changed. So that's,
It's like the second to last question or last question.
so where was the problem? In the syllabus? The quiz was okay?
Yeah.
The quiz was accurate?
Well, it
Yeah.
depends. Is it the 26th?
I'm confused about that. I could have sworn that it just said that it was Monday and Wednesday that the final is. And wouldn't it be a Tuesday or a Thursday?
It's a Monday or, every final's got to be Monday or Tuesday because this semester ends
So we,
the 24th of July, which is Wednesday. Graduation is over by then. Right.
so we have class on Tuesday, so it'd be Tuesday, right?
We will not be holding class. We'll be holding our final during finals period.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
It says
And I did not happen to bring that with me, but I was just working on trying to remember because I had 5 different sections this semester. And I'll tell you what, just go to the Testing Center's website. You need to know this anyway. Before you book your flights home and before you book your marriages and before you all of this stuff, you need to know when finals are. 22nd and 23rd are finals, and it'll tell you if you meet on Tuesday, Thursday. I think it's 7:15 to 8:30 on Monday night. Home evening. Why don't we do this? Everybody bring some kind of snack or treat. And we'll have home evening while we take the final. Home evening treats, anyway. I'm pretty sure it's that time. So I'll double check that and get it right in the syllabus. So finals time. Get that updated. I tried to stick in several places and I just didn't get it all changed in all the places properly, I guess. Any other questions? Yes.
The program that we're using, is it the same that we used last spring, the Sketchpad? It had a different name. Mine is the same.
Here's what's happened. We're in the process of making another change here at BYU Idaho. Duh. Change at BYU Idaho? No. Here, fall of 2011, we got rid of the textbook, which cost $207 was the last. And we went with just a geometry sketch pad, which we could get at the time for $19.95. Well, that went up a little bit here recently in the last year. It went up to $25 or $26. That's with a discount that we've negotiated with the publisher. And now what's happened is the publisher has sold it to another publisher. And if you want the full-blown version like that one, you need to spend $80. And we said, no, we're not going to go there. It's worth it, but we found an alternative, and it's free, and it's open source. And last semester we worked really hard to put things in place. This is the very first time I've taught 206 using GeoGebra is the name of the program. And how many of you own Sketchpad already from 205? Oh, 3 of you. If you 4 who own it insist on using it, I'm good to go with. I know it really well, and I'll provide you, whatever, and you can use Sketchpad if you want. But there's another reason why we decided to switch to GeoGebra. And that is to fulfill prophecy. Going what? How many of you watched the video or read the devotional of Elder Eyring's 2001 A Steady Upward Course? If you haven't, you need to. A steady up, that's important. If I'm going to write it on the board. Elder Eyring came to BYU, Idaho as an apostle in 2001. He came here like a week after the 9/11. So it was September devotional, fall devotional. He gave this talk. You need to find it. It's good Sunday afternoon reading. In it, he makes a prophecy about you. He prophesies about BYU, Idaho graduates. And one of the things he said is they'll go out into their workplaces and people will say, where did this person come from? I'm paraphrasing, they're competent, they can do things very well. They know how to work together with other people. They are frugal. They can accomplish a whole bunch and they don't cost my company any money. So we thought if we train you on Sketchpad, then you got to go to your principal and say, would you buy us a lab license for Sketchpad, which is like $500 to put it in your lab? Now you're going to go out and say, I know how to run GeoGebra, and it's not going to cost you anything. You see how it's going to fulfill prophecy? And it's way cool. It's simple enough that people that are math-phobic, not math-phobic, technophobic, can still do it. And it's powerful enough that if you like to tinker under the hood, you can get it to do some way cool things. And so we're going to be using that this semester. Any other questions from the syllabus? Yes?
On our book textbook that we have to make.
Personal resource, we're going to call it.
Yeah, Is it okay if I can use the same binder and stuff as my Math 205 so I can keep those together? Or
Wonderful.
Like,
Wonderful.
that's okay.
However, for this class, I'm going to require that you submit it electronically. So go ahead and keep it in that binder, and if you like to write it out by hand instead of doing it with Word and all of these things, you're going to need to scan it for me into a PDF format to submit it. But I think it's a wonderful idea to keep them together, because then when you take it to student teach or when you take it to your classroom, it's all right there in your resources. Perfect. Yeah. Anything else? Some of you have had me before, which makes me question your intelligence a little bit. The rest of you will catch on to how we do things. Give me a couple of days and I'll show you some examples of what I expect that personal resource to look like, some previous students, what they've done with it. Okay. Anything else that?
Is the final exam over all of the units?
Every exam is comprehensive.
Okay.
So when we take the second exam, it will include things from the first unit. When we take the final, it will include both of the first two units. And approximately equal numbers, or percentages, so. Well, it's a math class and we need to do some math, right? So. What I would like you to do is choose whether you work with someone or work alone. So if you're reading this and you can't understand what it's saying, turn to someone next to you and talk to them. And if you feel like working alone, work alone. But let's see what we can come up with here on finding some geometric patterns. And Sherry, you can find this on, I believe it's on the first day's homework, okay? So you can probably kill that now while we're working through.